years ago, an article caught my eye, and it was titled, "Has the Earth's sixth mass extinction already arrived?" I opened it up because I have interest as a scientist, as an educator, and I started reading and I realized, wow, we're at a tipping point. We're at a major crisis point on this planet. I've always been interested in animals, I've always been interested in conservation, but I really hadn't taken a stance because I was doing research in domestic animals, reproduction, horses, pigs, cows, other species. And then after reading this article, I really realized I can make a difference, or I can attempt to make a difference. And I need to join the cohort or growing army in trying to make a difference so we can prevent these extinctions from happening. Right now, we're losing the race. We're losing species at an incredible rate. Right now, conservation scientists are actually debating on what species to save because we can't save them all. We have to let some go extinct, and it's horrifically sad. So what we're trying to do is save one of the most charismatic megafauna on the planet, and that's the elephant. Right now, predictions have the elephant going extinct in the wild in 10 years. So that means it's left up to us as scientists, conservation centers, and zoos to preserve what we can in hopes of re-releasing the elephants in the wild at a future date when we can establish habitats that are protected for them.
Zoos at their heart are conservation organizations. They do three really important things for conservation. Number one is funding. Last year alone, AZA Zoos contributed over $160 million to funding conservation projects. Number two, education. Zoos and aquariums educate the public about all of the great conservation initiatives we have and how we're supporting wildlife in wild places. And number three is breeding. We hold breeding programs for as many endangered species as we can on grounds. We work with other zoos to maintain life raft populations. So if there was an emergency in the wild, we would have a sustainable population within our zoos.
There's a lot of research that takes place behind the scenes at a zoo. You may or may not know this, but the research happening in zoos can provide a lot of information about an animal's basic biology, their behavior, and it can also help with conservation efforts both nationally and internationally.
As you have heard throughout this short video, elephants are quickly declining in the wild, and if we don't do something about it now, our grandchildren may never get to see an elephant. However, what you haven't heard yet is that our captive population is not stable or self-sustaining either, and if current reproduction rates continue, in the next 50 years there may only be 5 elephants left. Therefore, we not only need to be concerned about our wild populations, but also our captive populations, or this may be the end of elephants as we know it. Our research lab here at the University of Florida is collaborating with zoos and conservation centers nationally and internationally in order to help solve some of the main issues with male elephant reproduction in captivity. So you're probably wondering, how can you help? Well, by funding our research, you can help us complete 3 main goals towards saving elephants. First, you can help us to enhance cryopreservation of elephant semen to preserve genetic diversity and ship semen worldwide to therefore increase our elephant reproduction rates. Second, you can help us discover and improve male elephant fertility issues in captivity by analyzing basic sperm biology. And third, you can help us receive further sperm technique training and collaboration to collect more data with world-renowned researchers in South Africa. For more information, please see our write-up below, and please race with us today against elephant extinction.